Hey, been working away at this stuff. Let me show you what I've been doing. You haven't really missed much, but I'll show you what we're doing, where we are, and where we're headed. Be great. So, into the table saw. We've got all these pieces cut out, piles of them. Pieces about this. They're idealized 3-inch. But variations creep in no matter how hard you try. And some of the parts are not quite, even though this was supposed to be 3/8, it's a little rich. It's supposed to be 1/2 inch, it's a little bit big. So they all kind of push in, because the sides, you know, we cut to yet another dimension. All right, so that all being said, in code, these things are no longer 3-inch, lots of variables. But what we did do in the process of doing that, and the part that allowed us to continue, was everything got a little teeny bit smaller. So the 3-inch, which was idealized, becomes 2 15/16, like that. So I set the table saw up, and I, zing, zing, try it, zing, try it, zing, try it, and finally got a size, and it's working for at least the lower ones. And what we've been doing is just, trying them out, cut them, give them a little bit of sand on the corners to break any chips that are sticking, so I don't have to fight that. And a little buffing on the surface, because this is the easiest time to get this edge, which is the part of this is going to show. That and, a 1/16 of an inch, maybe the side of it. Anyway, so then a little pry apart and push down. It's snug. It's easy to push it in too far, but you can just slide it over and give it a tap. And that brings us up flush, 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 flush. Looks good, tight. Check. With a straight edge, it being the tang of the square, to make sure that I'm not bowing this down. Check that I'm not making sure that I'm not bowing this up, because this would bow up pretty easily. What, with 3 cuts in it like that? It would bow really easily. Anyway, that looks great. I'd say this is the size. And now I've got, turns out, just brought you in, but I've got the other 9 done. And it all worked out real well. Everyone worked out for one way or another like that. So we're great. We're in great shape. The dividers look, it can't be absolutely certain, because it's hard to measure something on such a small scale with crude tools like I typically use, but they look nice and square. I guess probably most importantly is they look square. I mean, look at that. That looks square. We're good. All right. So, I think what I'm going to do is get some clamps, some bar clamps and some spring clamps, and just put a little bit of white glue on these things, because they're going to hold themselves in. A little bit of white glue on these things, and tap them in, get them adjusted, clamp them, and then get to work on the next ones, which are in pairs. So let's see what that looks like. We'll give it a try. All right. I don't know how to best do this. Let me start that way. All right, this is the box view. So I've got some glue. I've got a stick. Glue is not coming out of the container. Why that is because I used it the other day, and there we go. It sealed itself solid. All right, so a little bit of glue on a stick, because the trick with glue, you don't want it to be everywhere. You just really want it to be where you want it to be, which is why I'm not using my favorite Gorilla Glue, because that stuff just flies. All right, so there's that, and I'm going to put a little teeny bit on both sides of this, mostly toward the front. And then what do I do with this? Wipe it on my pants? Yeah, no. I'm going to wipe it on my hand. There you go. All right, so here's my piece. I'm going to spread this slightly, because I can. And yeah, well, I was trying to be careful. I got glue on the bench. I got glue all over these. Okay, that's how it is. And now, tap, tap, tap. Oh, see, that last tap was perfect. Okay, now I'm going to throw a clamp on here because, because clamp. Carpentry. Carpentry happens. All right, there. Set this aside. That's all that's going to happen 10 times, or in the case of this, 9 more times. Brace yourself. It's going to just be that kind of riveting. Now I need a place to stack these things because with the clamps on them, they take up a lot more room. All right, well, I'll find a place. Let's try this again. You watch now. It's going to just keep getting better and better. So, oh, that's way too much glue. Cool. I've decided I still want to put a little glue on these, but I want to use less. Less is better. I'm not sure who said that. Mies van der Rohe. You know, kind of a play on less is more. I don't know who that was. Okay, here we go. That one went in nice and snug. Felt sticky. Want to get it down. Everything in the world isn't perfect. So even though this is square and that's square and the dados is cut parallel and all of that, this end seems to be up a little bit and this end not. Not going to let it bother me. There you go. Good. Let's grab a little clamp. Every one of these little clamps, it turns out, is practical. Not every one, but a bunch of different kinds. I don't know what happens to the other ones. They're gone. All right. That's in. That's snug. It's in. And a little bit of glue on the back. Let's get rid of that now. And that all looks good. And I don't have much cleanup inside because I'm using this white glue and staying in some sort of modicum of control, which is, you know, a joyful moment for me. A little bit of control goes a long way. So this is great. Just find a place to put it and move on to the next one. Alright. This is going to get, it's like winning. You're going to get tired of winning. It's so easy to win. There we go. So, there's that. A little glue internally. And unlike the foamy Gorilla Glue, I won't have to chase the stuff that oozes and swells out. If it sticks out now, it's sticking out, and if it doesn't stick out, it's not going to. Which is great. All right. End grain. It's not good for gluing. The glue gets absorbed by the wood, the fibers of the wood, the cut and opened fibers. But once again, I'm really not looking for much here. These things practically hold themselves in. All right. Still up a teeny bit. That's good. Up a little there and there, which is what you sort of expect. And there's, that's pretty close. All right, we'll go with that. Throw a clamp on. There we go. Clean up the back. All right, find a place to stick it. Well, I've got all 10 of these lower ones in, and now you can imagine where I'm headed. It's time to size up the next ones and get them in and make sure that they're, see, I have to pull that, this bow, this has got, you know, 5 cuts in it that go at least halfway through, so it's bowed down a little bit. That's okay. That's okay. It's not going to be a problem. I'll bow it back up. I just need to know to anticipate that when I got the pieces in. So let's cut some pieces, see how they fit. We'll bring you back. Be great. Okay, so you've seen this before, but I just, you know, what the hell, let's stick with it. Got a theme going, and this is glue 2 more pieces in. This is, this, you know, second time around on the boxes. This time I'm doing the middle dividers. And I'm using the same technique here as, you know, stiff, but still somewhat flexible stick. So I can set the glue right in the joint rather than smearing it around. I could pour it, you know how that goes. It just doesn't work out. So you've got to place the glue. And with a little bit of bending pressure, I can paste it right into where I want it. Okay, now, end grain. This is all about end grain, right? So a little bit of glue, smear it on. I don't care if a little bit lips up the edge like that, because that's going to go into a plow, which is 3/16 of an inch. And now I'm going to shove this little puppy in there. Alright, boy, that's stiff. And I'm going to tap it down with a stick. That's real stiff. But, you know what? Feels good. Oh yeah, that's just lovely. Alright, probably get some ooze off the back, and I did. A little bit sticking out. I'm going to have to trim those tomorrow. Doesn't matter, getting the faces right is what's important right now. Alright, one more to do. This is great. You know, at the one hand, I like tedious things like this that sort of, you know, generally work out. But there's always a risk of doing something wrong, like getting this halfway in and then pushing it, snapping it. So there's a little bit of personal tension. Oh boy, that is snug though. See what I mean? That's snugged right up. I think it's tipping. Good, good. Now this is when judgment kicks in. I think I'm going to move this clamp from where it is now to there and pull that together. Not a lot, because I'm not pulling against anything here, but I just want a little in on that. Good, good. All right, moving right along, let's look at the back. Bit of stuff sticking out, I don't care. All right, that one's done. Set it aside. Grab another one. Same thing, got to trim these. I'll be right back. I should just trim them all because they're all going to be the same because they're all cut the same. I'm going to trim them all. Be right back. good to, you know, cut them all at once. They're done. I can just repetitively go bam, 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 which is that tedious thing that I like doing a little bit anyway. Good. Nice. I get a little heavy with that one. Oh well. Clean up aisle 3. Ah, good. Close. Set it now before the glue starts to tack up. Good. Good, good, good. Oh yeah, way too much on that. Way. I was swimming on this one. All right. Okay. Good. Good. Real good. I'm going to move this clamp up to here. Get the face of that pulled together. You hear that snap? Yeah, I did too. I should get another one on there. I'm going to grab another clamp. The other nice thing about using the white glue is it sets up really fast. So those things that I did earlier should pretty much dry. All right, so clean the back. I'm not sure about this. Oh well. Good. Good. Covered with glue. And nice glue. Watch this, right? I'm covered with glue. And I just rub it a little bit. And, you know, it's like kneading erasers. It comes off. All right, so let's get this cleaned up, which is why we were given sawdust. And that's something which is, you know, I don't think it can be said too many times. Every now and then, I sand the top of this thing and give it a coat of tung oil. And it treats me like that. That's great. All right, moving along. Next one. And this will be number 4. Yeah, I see it. Okay. And these are all set. I know they're going to work. They're going to snug right in there. Oh, that is just, look at that. It doesn't get much better than that. Great. Okay. So let's get the stick, get the glue, get on it. Right? A little by little. Okay. Don't put so much glue on, Dave. All right. Okay, there's that one. Okay. A little far. A little far. There it is. Nice. Good. It's going to need a clamp. Okay. Here's the release there. That's good. Is it tight on the back? It is. It was only open on the front, which is great, because that's where I put the clamp. That's what I was hoping for. I don't know. You hate to have the things you're hoping for happen too often, which means, it could mean that you're not paying attention. If the thing that you're hoping for always happens. I mean, you could be that good, or you could be kidding yourself. Problem with gluing things with wood like this is if you're kidding yourself, boy, tomorrow things aren't gonna fit. And you're gonna wish you hadn't. Good, good. Throw a clamp on that. That's what that happens like. It's great. Okay. Good. Check the back, make sure I'm not, once again, having just the thing that I want to have happen. That's great. All right. So, one more cherry one, and that will be, no, two more cherry. This is the fourth one. Two more. All right, two more. Good. All right, get some glue in there. Okay, ooh, that was a little much. All right. Oh yeah. Good. Boy, I wish there was another thing I could do. That's something. Not sure I like that. That's what I got. And it's open in the back. That's That's the part. That's the part where it all falls apart. Yep. All right. And now it's not open on the back anymore. But I'm going to run out of clamps real fast now. Okay. All right, let's get the next one. That isn't it. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Oh, come on, do better than that. That's just crazy nuts. No goddamn good. Nutty. Bad. Something wrong bad. Bad. I need more clamps. Come on. Went in too far, in case you're wondering. Boy, it's not coming back out. It's sort of out now. Sort of. All right, great. That's great. Great is your reward. One more clamp. This is a semi-unique kind of clamp that can fit inside the space. This clamp can't because the handle's too long. Can't get it in there, right? Make a mess if I tried. So, all right, I think that's just going to have to be the day. Because I don't have that many of that kind of clamp. Nope. Nope. And you know, I don't generally need them, so I'm all set on that, I think. Move on. Go home, pick some glue off. Be back tomorrow. We'll get it then. Won't be so hard when we get to the top 3. I say that because the top means I can use a long clamp again to reach through, because one end of the top will be outside of the box. This is sort of like working outside, clamping outside of the box rather than inside the box. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Tomorrow, you know, is another day. And maybe we'll clean up a little. I doubt it. Probably just make more of a mess. Tomorrow.